Can only see through scopes of generalities. When niggas say it's up, all I can think about is gravity. It's gotta go down. So if it's death, I take my mic, I'm going underground. Yeah. Listen. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, that's the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. Maybe I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. Especially with your fallacies, most of us can only see through scopes of generalities. When niggas say it's up, all I can think about is gravity. It's gotta go down. So if it's death, I take my mic, I'm going underground. Sick with it, patiently waiting, I see you masked up. Do anything for money and clout, cause you gassed up. Now I could be wrong, and I ain't trying to prolong, but these images you projecting keep us singing the sad songs. The love of money is the root of all evil. So every time you draw us for blood, like a needle, I just have to paint the picture. So I definitely need an easel so you can see deceptions and the depth of all perceptions, misdirections, the tricks to keep you put behind bars. Cause a lion won't be a king if he don't fight through the scars. Say that I can feel your pain like you poke voodoo dolls, and putting our hands on y'all will not further the cause. Pause. Systematic oppression in the dissection keeps us in the circle of circumspection for our protection. And because of our complexion, no power, no connection, they will question your honor while we stand in objection. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, that is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, that is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. If I was you, I see why you be mad at me. Inherited the pedigree, school of practicality, focused on reality, illuminating tragedy. No time to be coy, you niggas murderers. Revenge bringers tears of joy, fresh broad red strokes of infrared beams. Symbolisms you learn while enforcing the catechism. You claim to love your people, but champions of division, creating your own isms, thus makes you a schism. No matter how you slice it, it's like you hit a lick but couldn't determine what the price is. Pointing finger guns because death is what suffices. Freely a shooter, but yet a slave to these devices. I'm just speaking real. How many of us traumatized for you to rise? Guess you aiming for the Pulitzer Prize that's in the sky. Hope it's worth the sacrifice of your brothers and all the mothers that cry because you felt like your people were fit to die. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, that is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. How many finger guns you gonna aim at me? We all get to point you a shooter, that is the apogee. Your surgical remover of life, that's hysterectomy. AB, I don't see this as a test, don't start correcting me. Yeah.
Chicago faces an epidemic of gun violence. This year alone, more than 2,100 people have been shot. More than.
All right, shalom. Yahweh Shem to brothers. How Shamar Allah Hashem Yahweh. What's going on, brothers down there in West Palm? What's up with y'all?
Hey, shalom, sir. Lord Christ.
Shalom, sir. Yahweh Shem Yahweh. There's nothing going on, sir. Same old war as usual.
Yeah, I'm right.
Oh, okay. All right, Most High in Christ. Hey, let me tell y'all what is going on. Hold on. Ice is out. Check this out right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell y'all what is going on. Hey, this is your boy. This is your boy, Captain Tazaria.
I knew.
And, I'm urging everybody to come down to Florida for the Florida Cookout, December 21st to the 23rd.
You about to get.
Hey, make sure y'all come down to the Florida Cookout. That's what's going on. The Shock, Itazar, Shiratazar, Cat Shawar, the whole nine. Everybody down south is hosting the cookout. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming down there. We about to jerk like 15 chickens or something like that. Something crazy. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Come on down here. I think it's a 0% chance of snow. Hey, we're gonna get it in. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969. Under commanding General YAHANNA, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Right? If it ain't the I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General YAHANNA, you are not in the truth. and you just been watching your church service, your Israelite church service on TV. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been watching your Israelite Shalom and watching your Israelite church service on TV. We're here to bring you the truth. And it can't be 5 truths because the Bible don't talk about 5 truths. It can't be 5 Lords. It can't be 5 baptisms. All right? It's only one Lord, one faith, one baptism. We all in here. If you watching and you from a distance and you're trying to figure out where you need to be, if you are a soldier and you're about raising up your people, this is the place. All right? If you want to, bang a tambourine and save everybody and love everybody,
Right.
I'm sure there's a couple of places out there you can go and do that. Here we're about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let me say that. Here we are about so-called Blacks, right? So-called Latinos, and so-called First Nation / Indigenous people, which we teach are the true biblical Israelites of antiquity. You know what I'm saying? Somebody done stole your identity and they over there fighting with some Palestinians and giving you a bad name if you ain't careful. What we do here is teach you how to separate yourself by way of the holy, which means separate, spirit that Christ left us, gave us. Shouts out to everybody that's tuned in. This is a mandatory class, so if you a trooper in this class, come on in, read. I see a brother that aspires to be a trooper already in here. Know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all bring up the young man on stage. See who that is, Thumayum, Officer Thumayum.
God, sir.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashishrakata. We're gonna get it in. Anybody got any questions before we get started?
Nah, sir, I don't have any questions.
I meant to hit you up on Thursday to get you to ask that question. I got about 3 questions I gotta get with the general on, and I want to make sure we get yours answered. So I'm gonna need you on Thursday to come on in and ask that question. All right, because I got a couple other ones. Unless we go live, y'all don't never go live from the school on Thursday. Then we can get them answered because you can just ask them all on the shop, one of y'all. Shalom, Officer Kanap, young man Mario, brothers and sisters in the chat. Y'all all good? Nobody got no questions?
Shalom, y'all. Basham, y'all. Shabrakatah.
Nobody got no questions?
Like, sir, I got a question.
All right, what's your question?
Can you give me all right. I was talking at the slavery today, and I was trying to prove.
That's where all your questions come from. Hey, Shalom, Sister Yakala, Crystal, Yara. What you was trying to prove?
I was trying to prove to a brother that the locks that they talking about in the Bible are not dreadlocks. They are not the what people walking around with today. I was trying to prove to them that Samson had braids that were interlocked, like a braid, like a plait. So,
okay, how did you do that?
Well, I went to the BLB, but I didn't have a sufficient amount of time to go all the way through it. And I know that from us talking about it before in class about the locks, that it was talking about braids that are hair that are plaited together.
All right. Okay. Let me see. So what you trying to figure out where that's at, where that definition comes from?
No, sir. I was just trying to have it as to try to have one in the chamber because I couldn't really get to the whole of it. Time was running against me, and their attention span is short. Plus, we had the slavery, so I just wanted to be able to just go right to it and explain it right then.
Yeah. I thought it was in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I don't know if y'all got it there. It ain't in mine, the one that I got. So it might be in the Compact
I got
Bible
something,
Dictionary.
sir. I got something.
What you got?
Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 325. Lock or locks, definition number 2 looks like. In Numbers 6 and 5, the term indicates the, what is this? Did you read that? Block you, sir.
Locks in Numbers 6 and 5. The term indicates the unshorn and disheveled locks of the Nazarite. In Judges 16, 13, and 19, the braided locks of the Nazarite Samson. In Ezekiel 8 and 3, a forelock of the prophet's hair. In Song of Solomon 5 and 2 and 11, the luxuriant locks of the Hebrew youth.
You got that? You got that? Canuck, Officer Canuck.
Sir. Yeah, I'm reading it now.
Oh, okay, you didn't have the Zondervan Bible Dictionary on you at work, right?
Nah, sir. I was trying to find it like through the BLB, like what the lock mean, and because I went to Judges, I think it was verse chapter 16 and either 15 or 13 when they were talking about Samson had 7 locks.
What the BLB say?
I didn't have a chance to get. I didn't have a chance to get to it,
The
sir.
BLB will jam you up sometimes, man. They give you an outline of biblical usage. You got to remember, like in the BLB, it goes back to the original Hebrew word. It'll break down, you know what I'm saying, 15 different definitions. You might have A, B, 1, and then A, B, and C in 1, 2, A and B on 2, 3, definition 3, A through G and 3. It'd be so many definitions sometimes in the biblical usage. It'd be like you don't want to use it. Because I know a dude that lives and dies by the lexicon. So it'll tell you sometimes a word and it'll connect another word in the use. But when you read the actual context of it, it'll be saying something that, you know, how can I put it? It'll be saying something that was translated a certain way on purpose because of a doctrine that might have been out. You got to think that the Council of Nicaea, right? Which Thumma Young, we're gonna get into those councils, those 15 to 20 councils they had to tell people, you know, who was Christ, to turn him into God, and to turn Saturday the Sabbath day and the Sunday and all this other stuff. They had these councils to build what you know as modern day Christianity. And whoever had power, right? Whoever had power and authority at that time as kings and rulers was allowed to basically tell you what you could teach and what you could not. And if you were a heresy, then you were either exiled, meaning kicked out, or put to death. So you could not teach anything. For instance, the one that I was bringing up in Nicaea, that's like one of the more famous ones in 325 AD. It was this dude Arius, and they arguing with him. Basically, let me let y'all know something. The same arguments that people are having right now about who Christ is, whether the law is done away with, the Old versus the New Testament, what all of this other stuff, they was having 2,000 years ago. People try to make it seem like, you ever heard people like all Israelites should come together, right? All Israelites should come together. Like, you got to understand that people was arguing at the time Christ was here about who he was. Why you think he asked Peter? He said, "Who do people say I am?"
Right.
And Peter started naming like 2 or 3 different answers. He said, "Well, who you say I am?"
Right.
You remember that? Okay, so
sir.
you got to remember, you had the Pharisees and the Sadducees. If you go into where Paul was in there speaking one time, he realized some of them was Pharisees and some was Sadducees, so he used that to his advantage. They ain't agree. You got the Essenes, you got the Ebionites, right? You had John, he had disciples, Christ had disciples, and then you had some other cats that was out preaching that the disciples seen that they was about to stop them from teaching. You had all these different sects. They didn't agree. So even now you have people that didn't agree. They don't agree. They still arguing right now on Clubhouse and these other ones about the Trinity, about oneness, about whether Christ was God, about whether the law was done away with. This has been going on for 2,000 years.
Right, sir.
So if you're looking at a certain source, this is why you can look at the same source. This is what you got to know. Zondervan was not in the truth, and he is not an Israelite. The Blue Letter Bible, they don't got the truth, and they are not Israelites. The reason we use these things is because sometimes when they agree with us, right, it's better for our people to hear it said out the mouth of a heathen than a priest and prophet that's done changed his life and made it out the ghetto and cleaned himself up and decided to become a righteous man before the Most High. They rather hear it from a heathen than you. So you got to have that. So just make sure you got the right source, because you can go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary and it's going to say some stuff that we totally disagree with. So just remember, these extra biblical sources, what we use is the Bible. These extra biblical sources are only to push our point of what we already teaching that it says in the Bible. All right. So sometimes when you go to it, you just got to know where you're going to go, because you will go to something and remember, these people ain't in the truth and they'll say something directly against what we teach. All right. So that's where you would get that from. You would also, if you could, what you can do with your phone quickly is pull up a picture of Shiva, right? Who is where that is the god of, I think it's like the Indians, right? And he's supposed to be got these goddesses that he married to, and they put the little dot of blood, period blood on their forehead, and those Indians worship this god, and they have this religion where they castrate themselves and they live a life, and they call themselves a thuggy, where they be poor on purpose and stuff like that. It's a whole religion behind it, and Rastafarianism got a little touch of that going on in that too, and that's where American Israelites get the whole dreadlocks thing from. The Rastas that worship Sheba, but they don't know they worship Sheba. They also worship the power of the Trinity, and Rastafarianism, which is something that Captain Azaniah just took down this weekend. Y'all get Captain Azaniah at Syracuse in hand. Just had this battle with this boy that's saying, this man saying that Selassie is the heir to the throne, and we know that to not be true. So I give you some extra stuff there that you can break out. I know this particularly because I was in the Rastafarian movement, because as soon as I found out you could smoke weed and read the Bible at the same time, I was like, count me in. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for the I.S.U.P.K to teach me the truth about that, man.
Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir, if I could.
Anybody else got any questions? Yeah, you good?
Salaki, sir. Oh, no, I was just going to say. No, I was just going to say that's what I went to. I went to this whole Shiva thing and the breakdown on the Rastafari and stuff, because I know a little bit about that too also. And when I showed them a picture of it, you could see that Shiva also had dreadlocks. Yeah, you also could see the top two people that was spreading who they reverence in Jamaica is Marcus Garvey and Selassie, and neither one of them niggas had dreads. Go ahead,
the Rastafarian movement, it came from the East Indians. It came from the East Indians that came from East. I think the name was called the Coolies. You ever heard of them, sir?
The Coolies. Yeah, the Coolies. They call them Thuggies. Yeah, they got absolutely.
Yeah, the Coolies. Yeah, the Coolies were immigrant workers. What they call indentured servants that came from India to work for the British over there in Jamaica. And that's why the Jamaicans use curry chicken and the dreadlocks and the weed. All that come from India. The curry, the weed, and the dreadlocks.
Yep.
Right.
And the Rastafarianism.
Yeah. Good point. All right, you good on that, Kanat?
Sir.
All right, you can go back to work tomorrow and keep arguing with them niggas at your job. Maybe somebody will come.
I do every chance I get, so it's a lot.
All right, anybody else got any questions? Nobody?
It's like, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Kanat.
Okay, did somebody else say it's like?
Nah, go ahead. I got it.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Amongst the other conversations that we was having that same day, we were also talking about reincarnation. Yeah.
What about it?
And I was trying to explain to them that reincarnation is in the Bible. Christ taught about reincarnation, that we all done been here before. But being that they babes, I didn't want to give them no meat. So I tried to make it simple so they could try to understand what I was trying to say. So with that being said, is there a simpler way that I could explain to them without giving them meat about reincarnation? Because they were asking me questions like, where did I live and how did I die and all this other crazy shit. Oh, so like stuff. And I was just trying to tell them like it don't work like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna know what happened in the former times. So I was just trying to break it down to them like
Right, so
like a milkshake.
That scripture, or you just said that?
No, I just said it because.
Or did you just say that?
I just said it.
You don't know where the scripture at?
Sir, I didn't know exactly where it was at because I was trying to keep their attention on like focus on one thing without them jumping all around the board.
Let me tell you a good tool that you can learn. So you got some brothers like Officer Rakabia or like Thumma Yum who remember a bunch of scriptures off the top of their head. They know where they at. I call them brothers walking precept books. You know what I'm saying? Me, on the other hand, I remember what it say in the Bible, but I don't really never know where it's at like that. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you a good tool. I'm gonna show you something that we use. Is me and Trooper Halak be on this app, right? Called Big O. You ever heard it? I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. Be on there. Just be careful as you get on there. It's a bunch of foolishness, but if you can find a room, let me show you something real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see here.
Lucky.
Let me know if y'all can see this. Y'all can see this? No? Yes?
Sir.
You got to pull it up on here. I got
All right, hold on. You see it?
Yeah, I can see the Google.
All right, cool. That's what I want. So now everybody got Google on their phone. So like now, this is what you do when you know something is there and you don't know where it's at. You just paraphrase it. Let me see if the mic might not work because I got what's it called on there. But I'll say I hit the mic. It might cut. No, I don't want to do it like that. But anyways, hold on. Let's go back.
It's like, sir, I know what you're saying. Just paraphrasing in the scripture will come up.
That's correct. But I wanted to show you something though.
Concept.
China holds Gaza meeting. They challenge the U.S. Or there is no remembrance. Look, sometimes it'll finish it for you. Form of
Con, sir.
things, right? Now you go to it. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 11. View the chapter. All right. So 1 and 11 is where you're trying to get to, right? Let's start at 1 and 9 real quick. It's up on the screen right there too, if you just want to read it. Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. And this is Solomon talking about something he found out. And if you go up, it's really just talking about everything being vain. What profited a man all his labor if he's taken up under the sun, right? One generation passeth away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. You see that?
Yeah.
You see that, Kanat?
Con,
So
sir.
he just going through talking about that. Like, what's the point? All of us gonna leave here. You know, the Bible even say, look, why lay up treasures on earth? People can steal it, so on and so forth. He was saying this thousands of years before the 2,000 years ago when Paul was breaking it down. Go to verse 9. What does it say? Ecclesiastes 1 and 9.
Con, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done.
What
And
is he
there is
talking
no
about?
oh,
No, keep going.
and there is new slacky, and there is no new thing under the sun.
What is he talking about? Anybody in the class can tell me what he's talking about.
Lord Christ, sir.
He talked about the Tesla. They had it. Is he talking about the Tesla? They had Teslas back then 4,000, 5,000 years ago, right? He was saying it ain't new. We've been had Teslas. Is that what he talking about? What about iPhones? What about artificial intelligence girlfriend? Y'all seen that? I posted that on my own Facebook. They got artificial girlfriends now.
No, I didn't see that, sir.
All right, for all you brothers that can't get a rib, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't know why you would get a rib. You're one of the highest ranking men in all the earth. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a young man in here, you outrank niggas who ain't put on all black yet. You understand? Don't know why. Nobody want to be righteous. I mean, everybody else is on drugs. Everybody else don't got no money. Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't tell a woman nothing. Why would you not? But just in case you're having some trouble, they have introduced to the world an app. And when you go on the app, she said, would you like for me to act as a friend or as romantic? And then you hit romantic or friend. Would you like for me to talk to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they ask this, and you can get the broad to do whatever you want her to do. As they say on Clubhouse, it's over for thou. Nobody is going to get a real woman that going to talk back and say nothing. When this computer broad, she do whatever I tell her to. Nah, it's a locky.
And she can't have no baby.
And she can't have no baby. And the things that a real woman can do that men are crazy about, she can't do that either. But anyways, I'm sure they got a robot that can do that too. But here's the point. When it's saying the thing that have been, it is which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be. What the last part say, Kana?
And there is no new thing under the sun.
When they say there is no new thing under the sun, you hear people say that all the time. Ain't no new thing under the sun.
Mhm.
What are they? What is he talking about here? Anybody know?
It's like it, sir.
Yeah, I know you know, man. Hold on, let me see if I
So
can get
like,
somebody else a chance. Who is that? Canuck?
go ahead, sir.
Nah, let me let Thumber Young, because you an officer too. Go ahead, Thumber Young.
Now I will see if I can give you a precept on the answer to the question.
Ooh.
Ecclesiastes 6 and 10.
Yep. In Ecclesiastes 3 and 15.
All right. I know you know them off the top of your head. I had to look it up. I got another Google thing open. Ecclesiastes. hey, my artificial intelligence friend told me where it was at. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Kadak. What you was about to say? What's the answer?
I was gonna say death.
Death. Death is not new. No new
No.
thing. Let me see. That does have been. Death has been. Death shall be. And that which is done, death was done. Death shall be done. There's no new thing under the sun. I guess that can fit the riddle if you don't know no better. But there just happened to be some precepts that we can go to that the brother just brought out. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. You said 3 and what?
Ecclesiastes 6 and 10, and then after that, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 15, sir.
Salaki,
All right, Ecclesiastes. Yeah, somebody said Salaki.
if I may, I just wanted to bring this out real quick before we get too far. Before we get
Go ahead.
away from it. This is I was shocked found this in the Blue Letter Bible. It's Ma Kalapa, which means braid, lock, or plait of hair. So
Yeah, where did he get that from? From Samson, where it talks about Samson?
Come. Yeah, go back.
Okay.
That comes from the Blue Letter Bible, sir.
Chapter 16.
No, I'm saying where is it at in the Blue Letter Bible? What book, chapter, and verse?
I talked about that in the class one day. It's called Malakwapa. It means lock or braid, sir. It's in
No, I heard him. I'm asking what's the book, chapter, and verse where you get that word from?
Right. It's in Judges chapter 16. I'm looking for the verse.
Hold on. It's 16 and 1 second. 16. Shoot. It's in chapter 16.
Hey, you know, 16 and 1 say it starts out. Then Samson went to Gaza and saw there a harlot. That's how it started off. Just sidebar.
13. Yeah, that sounds right. 16 and 13.
Yeah, the book of Judges chapter 16.
Oh, I see it. It says 7 locks in his head.
Come.
All right, I got you.
Kalapa.
All right, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hold on. Nope. That ain't what I'm trying to do. Oh, we got a few people in here, huh?
Mm-hmm. This is beautiful.
I see you. And you said this is Judges 16 and 13, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, can you bring that up, Itazar? Let me see if I can do it.
I can bring it up.
I got it. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it.
You see it?
All right, so Ma Kalapa is what y'all say. Lock.
Braid.
All the way at the bottom. 7 locks. Ma Kalapa. Right there, H4253. You can see that, Kanat? Braid, lock, plait of hair. You had what you needed. You was in the right neighborhood. You just went to the wrong house.
Sir.
Kanat, you see that?
Sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, all right. Most high. Yeah, you got it?
Sir.
You see it right there? H4253.
H4253.
Yeah.
H40. Sir, it's the water, sir.
My Kalapa. Yeah, Thumba Young was just gonna sit on it. He ain't gonna give it to me. All right, Most High in Christ. The water for y'all brothers looking that up. Now Canuck can win his arguments at work. All right.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what
The water, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, look at this.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You always want to be able to beat the nigga with a Newport in his mouth. You never want to let the nigga with a Newport in his mouth beat you.
Make you look bad, don't it, sir? Like it.
Hey, you appreciate
I said it make you look bad. That nigga with I said make you look bad. Nigga with a cigarette beat you.
Yeah, sometimes he know what he talking about too. Just can't let him. You just can't let him beat you. Just got
the water.
To be better than him.
The water, sir.
All right, back to what we was looking at in Ecclesiastes. I think it was 3 and 10. The brother said, right? No, Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. You got who had that? Somebody got Ecclesiastes 6 and 10?
Come on, sir.
All right, you the one ask this question?
Come on, sir.
All right, go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 10. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou doest not inquire wisely.
Nah, you talking about Ecclesiastes, same book we was just in.
Sir, that's what I meant.
Chapter 6.
Ecclesiastes 6 and 10.
That ain't what I got. You see what's on the screen?
That which has been. Oh shit! Damn, Salaki, sir. I was reading 7. My bad.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna ask you to do as a priest in a classroom. Bridle thy tongue.
Oh, Salaki, sir.
Yeah.
I have it now.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. That which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. So
a man can't contend with the Most High, but you remember when he was breaking this down in 1, it said that which is that shall be, or that was which shall be. That have been is that will be, and there's no new thing under the sun, right? So when you get to 6, he breaking it down even further. That which have been is named already. So this thing that he's talking about, that shall be, that has been, that is no new and under the sun, it is known that it is man. He's not talking about every invention imaginable under heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't have books, or they didn't have laptops, or they didn't have cars, or they didn't have this at one point in time. But let me tell you something that's always been and will be is man. If you go to 1, it talks about the earth abiding forever. So even if the Lord wiped out every man, he can make some more because the earth ain't going nowhere. I mean, of course, your oppressor is damn near about to blow majority of it up to try to save himself. But you understand. Those are two that you can give them back to back. You know what I'm saying? No new thing under the sun, and it's telling you that thing is man. One I like to give them is in Psalms. Let me go to Google again. Let me see.
It's like it, sir.
Yep.
You going to Psalms 104?
Yep. I keep
And
forgetting
20?
I ain't got to Google it, but I'm trying to show him something that when he ain't got you around, because he like I ain't nothing without you or Officer Riccavi or somebody that know them where they at around. I have to do it like this. Some of us used to be some of us used to be hippies in our former life, Psalms 10 and 11, right? Nope, that ain't what I'm looking for. What you said was that? What you said was that?
If I'm mistaken, sir, is Psalms 104, verse 20.
What it say?
The spirit of man, I think it said renews the earth, something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's right here, Psalms 104, 29 and 30. Canuck, let me get that. This is the one I go to when I only got one to pull. Now, if they don't understand this when they really just battling you, they don't really want to know that. You know what I'm saying?
So like it, sir, you said 104 and what?
Verse 29.
Kind of, sir. The book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 29. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die, and return to their dust. Thou sendest forth.
Hey, stop right there. Thumma Young, in that scripture you had where it was talking about returning to their dust, was that the one that you was pulling in Ecclesiastes?
Returning to the dust. No, this it right here, sir.
No. I'm talking about in Ecclesiastes.
Return to the dust. No, the one you talking about Ecclesiastes 3 and 15 or 6 and 10?
Where it says, then shall the body return to the dust. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. Try to get there real quick. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7. Stay right there, Kanat.
Turn out of my gun.
I got it.
Matter of fact, go there real quick since I got it up. Ecclesiastes. Well, 10. Maybe I got it wrong. 12 and 7.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. Somebody read that real quick. Ecclesiastes 12 and 7.
Come.
This is what happened when you die. This is what happened when you die. And I'm just doing this for y'all. This ain't for the people at Canuck's job. Slavery. Because Canuck's job is priest and officers. You feel me? Somebody got it? Ecclesiastes 12 and 7.
Come
Come on,
on,
all
I
these
got
people
it.
down there. Let me start calling out some names. I know Thomayum is engaged. I know Nashak and Itazal is engaged. Let me see who else on here. Young man Mario, are you there?
Salaki, you can hear me?
Kanawan Khan,
Jaheem.
sir.
Hey, can you read that for me? Ecclesiastes 12 and 7.
Dang.
You got it up?
Slacky, so I'm still trying to get it.
Salaki.
No sweat. Magazar, you got it?
Con, sir.
Go ahead and read it, Magazar, for the little homie.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes,
Hey,
chapter
Jaheem
12.
fell out of the I ain't let him read. He fell out the line. Jaheem, I heard you. You ain't gotta go nowhere, man.
Oh, I'm about to Salaki.
He said you can't hear me. I got you, brother. I just had somebody else I wanted to read. Don't
Salaki. I
worry.
thought my mic was messing up.
Nah, I heard you. My bad. Salaki. Go ahead and read it, Magazar.
Verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it is, as it was, Salaki. And the spirit shall return unto the Most High, who gave it.
You see that, Kanat? This is what happened when you die. The dust, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. Your body go back into the earth, and the spirit shall return to God who gave it. Y'all with me?
Con out of one con.
All right, now let's go back to where we was at, Psalms 104. What happens when that spirit goes back to God?
Salaki.
Verse 30.
Nah, because if you say it right, if you say it, then you just spewing one West doctrine. If the Bible said, then can't nobody argue with it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So
Come
now
on,
let's
sir.
go back to it. Go ahead to verse 29. Let's go. Read it again. So now we know when you die, then shall your the dirt return back to the earth where it came from, and the spirit go back to God where it came from. So this is another one where the Psalms where they breaking the same exact thing down. Read it again.
The
Verse
book of
29,
Psalms.
104.
The book of Psalms 104, verse 29. Thou hiddest thy face. They are
Highest.
troubled. Thou hidest like it. Thou hidest thy face. They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath. They die and return to their dust.
You see that, right?
Concert.
Everything gonna die at some point. They die and return to their dust. The same thing we just read in Ecclesiastes. Go to the next verse.
Verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. They are created. And thou renewest the face of the earth.
Break that down for me, officer.
Thou sendest forth thy spirit. They are created. That's saying that, like how you said in Ecclesiastes, their spirit goes to the Most High, then it come back down.
Break down the scripture, though. Don't tell me what you know. What is it saying right there?
It's saying thou sendest forth thy spirit. The Lord sent forth, like, your spirit. He sent forth your spirit through childbirth, and through you know, a man and a woman. You are conceived. You are created.
You see that right there when they say that sendeth forth their spirit. It say anything about childbirth and a man and a woman there?
No, sir.
All right. What does thou sendeth forth thy spirit mean? What spirit is he talking about anyway?
You talking about the spirit of man, sir?
The same spirit that is in verse 29. Remember, the dust went back to the earth, right?
Come on, sir.
It don't say it there, but because we read that other precept, that's why I stopped you. We can go back. Where did the spirit that go?
It went to the Most High.
So who does that spirit belong to?
Belong to the Most High.
Okay.
I mean,
So
to the
now,
man that died, Salaki.
no, you had it right the first time.
Okay.
It's the man that died spirit, but it goes back to the Most High. The spirit goes back to the Lord who gave it. Remember? That's Ecclesiastes. So if you're going back to 29, it says, "Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou taketh away their breath, they die, and return to the dust." So when they return to the dust, the spirit goes back to the Lord who gave it, right? Thy sendeth forth thy spirit. So who is the thou who's sending forth the spirit? You already said it.
It's the Most High.
The Most High is sending forth the spirit. They are created. What's the they are created? That's what you was breaking down before.
That's the being created through childbirth.
Now you can add in all the man and the female and coming back as a baby. Now you can do that. They are created. You get it or no?
Nah, sir, I get it because 29 and 30 go hand in hand. It's like a continue.
Right.
30 is a continuation
I'm
on.
showing you. All right, but look, this is what I'm saying. One night I'm gonna be watching Monday Night Football, and you're gonna be teaching this class, right?
Sir.
So walk with me. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. Well, that's if Nashak let you. Nashak ain't giving up no classes. He ain't watching no damn football. He ain't letting nobody teach. Like, thou sendest forth thy spirit. I wouldn't put the male and female coming together and all that right there, because that ain't what it's talking about when it's talking about thy sending forth thy spirit. You with me?
Come on, sir.
They are created. Now there you can do that. Who is created? Well, in 29, somebody died. They are created. Somebody, the Lord is sending that spirit. Somebody is created. Now you could break that down that way. So it's a man and a woman and they having a baby. Last part, and thou reneweth the face of the earth. Break it down.
Meaning that man is put back on the face of the earth. Like man is here again.
Here again? When was he here the first time?
Before he died.
Before he died. You see that? That same spirit that died, the dust went back into the dirt, and then he sent forth the spirit and created and renewed. You see that word renew?
Come on, sir.
The face of the earth. You get why I go to that one first?
Come on, sir. I understand because in 29 it tell you that the same man gonna be brought forth again in verse 30. Like he was here, he died, and he brought him back.
There you go. It's another one in the Apocrypha. It say, "Well, we shall live again." If you want to, if you can fathom that in your mind.
It's like you, sir.
Who got that? Let's talk him again.
Khan, sir. If I'm mistaken, it's second.
Get that verse to Jaheim. I want him to stay in the truth. Get that verse to Jaheim. Let that brother read. Brother got a feel like, oh, they don't let me read. I'm out of here. Boy say, y'all don't let me read. I'm out of here. He said, I'm going back to Tower Shaw class. Hey, what happened to headquarters, man?
Hey, I know the verse for it.
Y'all wasn't on the stage on purpose? Y'all was off the stage. Y'all good?
Nah, somehow we got taken off.
Okay. All right, y'all back.
Moses,
Go ahead, Jaheim. Read it for me. Tell us where you at.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will be Salakia, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and
So this is what you
reform
got to
your heart.
do. In order to understand this, you got to subdue your own understanding. One of y'all scholars, or unless you know it off the top of your head, give me the word subdue. Where you at, Jaheim?
2nd Ezra 14 and
Give me
34.
the definition of the word subdue.
It's like it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Control.
Control. By
Right.
definition, that's what it means.
Or conquer.
All right. So
Or conquer.
if you will control or conquer your own understanding. Read it again.
Therefore, if
Second
so
Ezra,
be
what chapter?
14 verse 34.
Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. I'm flipping real pages, Jaheim. Like real paper. Like we used to use it back in the 80s and 90s.
Me too, sir.
14 to 34.
Go.
All right, go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 14 verse 34. Therefore,
Hey, Nishad.
Yes, sir.
So like it. Tell the brother we used to use that back in the 1900s. It was like it's called paper. We used to write stuff down and all that back in the 1900s.
Right.
Go ahead, Jaheim.
Go.
I don't even think that went over their heads, sir. I'm sure. 1970s, 60s.
That must have been in Jesus' days.
You was born in the 1900s, Jaheim wasn't.
At the bitter end.
The bitter end.
At the bitter end. It was bitter too. Mm-hmm. I remember they was talking about Y2K and everything else. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, man. Salaki, I keep stopping you. Hey, every time I tell Jaheim to read, I pull an Itazab on him. Read.
Exactly.
And another thing. Salaki, go ahead.
Go. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive and after
reform
death.
your hearts. Go ahead.
Come. Ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
Now, how do you obtain mercy after death? That sounds crazy. Therefore, if you will, what was the words you used? Some of them conquer. Well, if you will conquer your own understanding, right? And reform your heart. When you see that word heart in the Bible, it's never talking about that thing in your chest that's pumping blood. It's always talking about your mind, right? Be reformed by the renewing of your mind. One of my favorite scriptures, Romans chapter 12, right? You shall be kept alive and after death. Wait a minute. It just said you're going to be kept alive. Why is it talking about after death? See that, Kanat? The Bible be tripping. If you don't come in here and you get this knowledge, man, you'll think anything. It say right here, you shall be kept alive, and after death you shall attain mercy. Break that down for me, Officer Kanat. Priest and officer. You're supposed to be a big priest in the I.S.U.P.K. What that mean?
I don't want to say I'm a big priest.
Hey, just walk with it, man. Without faith, it's impossible to please God, man. Just walk with it.
Good, sir. Therefore, there shall be. It's telling you, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding. Meaning, if you don't lean on your own understanding, if you don't think that you know everything, and reform your heart, reform your mind. Keep your mind from like going all other crazy directions. It don't say that, but it's just saying
What that
like
word reform mean?
to conquer. Oh, that's subdue, Salakia. Reform, like keep
Nah,
it
that's the
from
word he
doing.
used for your own understanding. Yeah, what
Right.
reform mean?
Reform mean to
Let's just say somebody was a reformed drug user. Some people they marry a reformed whore. What does
used to
reformed
be
mean?
like past tense.
Salakia. But what
Like
happened? If I was a reformed drug user, what happened that I'm not a drug user anymore?
you subdued yourself.
You overthinking it. What is that word heart right there? What does that mean?
That's your mind.
Reform your mind. What does that mean?
Train your mind. Change your mind. I meant it's like
There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Change your mind. Right? If you can subdue or conquer your own understanding and change your mind, that's all the breakdown is. You just taking these old English and you breaking it down in a level that, hey, young man Mario, how old are you?
It's like you, sir. I'm 16.
You 16.
Come
All
on,
right, you're
sir.
too old. I can't use you as an example. That a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old could do. Y'all brothers that grew up in the truth. Damn, you done been in the truth probably just as long as me, and he's 16. Jaheem, how old are you?
15.
You what?
15.
Y'all get the most high hand for that right there. Listen. Ain't no way you could have got me in here at 15 and 16, man. They ain't got no. I would have came in the door like, where the hoes at? They ain't got no smoking section. They ain't, like, listen, I wish I had I want to shout out, and I know Jaheem gonna feel this when I say this. This young man Mario's daddy had him here. How long you been in the truth, Magazar?
5-6 years.
All right, so this brother is 15 or 16 now. So he was here when he was 11?
Come about 10 or 11.
Is that, bruh? I wish I would have. I wish I would have known the truth. Them the kind of brothers, like when I first came in the truth, the first time I met Captain Arya, I was an officer of 50. I think he was an officer of 5,000. He was like 17 years old. Hey, when you don't go through all that foolishness of running around and doing stuff that don't matter and don't have nothing, you could start early, storing up and preparing yourself for crowns that come along with following YAHANNA. The Lord had put y'all in situations that I could only imagine if he would have put me in situations. Brothers, a lot of brothers would have not had baby mama drama, not been in and out of prison, not been addicted to drugs. Had they had the platform or a father like Magazar to put this truth into his children's lives at an early age. And I just wanted to give that brother a shout out on it. Jaheem, no, because his people was telling him to leave that stupid stuff alone. You need to stop playing and stop watching him when he was 11 years old. But he was doing the same thing and fighting against that thing. So I just want to say, man, Lord be with y'all young brothers that's in this class, because there's some brothers in here that know the truth, that done dropped their sword and they right back out there doing things that y'all would have been doing at y'all age at 30 and 40 years old, and it ain't going to amount to nothing. Y'all in here trying to store up some treasures in heaven. That's the only thing that really matters, because what we reading about now, you going to die and your body going to go back to the dirt and your spirit going to go back to the Most High. The other part about it is he's going to judge that spirit. So when he's replenishing and renewing the earth, he might send it back as a blind man. If you know, you know. He might send it back as a king and a priest. somebody with authority within the earth, somebody with a crown, somebody with land, right? So I just wanted to stop and say, man, Lord, I just noticed I had, two young men in here. They in here to get it. They trying to get it on, brother. They not waiting till they done messed up half their life to come try to get this crown. And that's respectable and commendable. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to point that out. Salakia. Where was I? Somebody said Salakia?
Khan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny because I was just, before we got into class, I was just telling my son the same thing, man. Like, I wish I would have known this truth before. You know what I mean? I destroyed half of my life already. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have to go through all the stuff that I had went through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good they starting at an age right now.
Right. And here's what they're doing. They're making it looking like you glorify for getting killed in the streets. You glorify for going to prison in the streets.
Right.
And being somebody's bitch, Salakia. They're glorifying it like that's a good thing. When these brothers is here getting it on, they are going to be, you know what I'm saying, men that support and raise up their community and all types of things, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch this happen. And you could have been anywhere, you know what I'm saying, but the Lord pulled you out of that. That ain't nothing but mercy. He pulled you out of that. Mess around and get me in the shock age and everybody dead and everybody locked up and everybody done lost everything or addicted to drugs. And you like, well, what make me any different? You know what I'm saying? Nothing makes you different except the Lord has some mercy on you. And the reason why I brought it up, I ain't know you and your son had that conversation, but we one body. We one body. We say the same thing. We move the same way. The same type of time you on, brother. And Lord allow your son will come in here and I might be calling him sir one day and saying kind out of one kind to him, and I won't even feel no type of way about it. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
Salaki.
Same here.
Where was I at, Kanat? We was at Psalms. Oh no, we was in Second Esdras. Brother Jain was reading Second Esdras, right? Therefore, if you will subdue your own understanding, we broke that part down, right? If you will conquer the way you think and what you understand, if you will reform your heart, which means to change your mind, you broke that down. Keep going. But no, it's on you.
It's life, sir.
Want me to read it?
No, I got it.
You will. Huh? I'm saying you got to have a reader though. All right, I'll let Jaheem read.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. It's like I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, I want him to read it and you to break it down. I got your back though.
Go ahead, sir. Go on.
You want me to start where he left off, or from the top?
Yeah, you can start from the top. Let him repeat what he already said.
Come. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
Kanat.
Come on, sir. So, okay. So it says, therefore, if you will conquer your own understanding and change your mind, you should be kept alive. And after death, you shall obtain mercy, meaning that you will die and you will be brought back.
What is about being kept alive?
Mean that you will come back. La, sir, say you shall be kept alive. I don't know.
What words you saying come back?
What it say after death, ye shall obtain mercy. That's the mercy.
All right, that's a good answer though. I don't know it's a good answer. Itazar, you want to help him out?
Like, can you repeat the question, sir?
Where it says, you shall be kept alive, right there. Therefore, if you will subdue your own understanding, we already broke that down. That means you conquer what you think you know, right? And reform your hearts. That means to change your mind from what you think you know you shall be kept alive. And after death, you shall obtain mercy. So what's the you shall be kept alive? What that mean?
The ye shall be kept alive. I believe it's talking about your children, like having children, and so you like your seed lives on.
How would you be able to break that down to somebody who don't believe what you believe? Where you see having children at right there?
Let's see. Well,
all right.
First off, I would tell them you got to read it from the beginning. You got to subdue your mind and get understanding. You don't understand.
Yeah, what is that talking about? What is that talking about?
The understanding?
Like this is why the Lord said, this right here is why the Lord was talking about in Isaiah when he says, you know what I'm saying? Like we done been tossed to and fro with different doctrine. They don't say that. Paul said that. But now the way we have to learn the Bible is line upon line, here a little and there a little. Mm-hmm. That wasn't the way that we were supposed to have to learn about. But the reason why we it's so hard for us to get this is because of all of the other religions that we done been in. Y'all, you like sometimes it'll be hard to even break something down that's simple because you don't want to say what the church is saying. You don't want to say what a Muslim would say. You don't want to say what a fake. Can we say fake Israelite? I don't know. You don't. This is what it's talking about. This right here is talking about repentance. Did anybody get that, or am I the only one that understood it that way?
Come.
I didn't get it,
sir. About repentance. You get it now?
Well, now that
what's changing your mind? Subduing your own understanding. There's a way that seems right into a man. You familiar with that?
Vaguely, yeah.
Somebody give
vaguely.
me that on the Google machine. Some of y'all, you got that? There's a way that seems right into a man. Some of y'all still. Somebody give me that. Somebody else give me Somebody else give me Baruch 4:1. Somebody else give me Deuteronomy 30 and 19.
I got
somebody said they
19.
got it.
Come.
All right, give me Deuteronomy 30 and 19 first.
Come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 38, verse 19,
30,
right?
30, verse 19.
Oh, 30. Come.
After that, I need Baruch 4:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. The day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life so that you and your children may live.
Now, this is Moses talking to the children of Israel, saying that I have set before thee today life and death, blessings and curses. Therefore, choose life that thy and thy seed may live. Now, the life is talking about. Now, remember, he talking to everybody. He talking to is alive. So how is he going to tell them to choose life? How do you choose life when you are already alive?
Like
Itazal was kind of alluding to it, but he took a extra step because he know what the end of the story is. He know what it's talking about. What I don't want y'all to do as officers when you teaching is to forget that everybody don't know what you know. So you just got to stick with what you're trying to teach them. Because you're going to find, like me, I'm in a classroom. I'm slow. Everybody else get it. I don't get it. Hold on. Let me ask a question. Wait a minute. I don't fully understand. I'm that person because I want to be a nerd and I want to make sure I understand what they talk about. I think this is what you're saying. Is this what you're saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Be that type of person to make sure that when you talking to a 5-year-old, you can explain to them what the truth is. You talk to a Christian and ask them to explain what they believe. Ask them to explain the Trinity. Ask them to explain the law being done away with and how you going to please God without no rules. What's the rules on right and wrong? Start asking them questions about their faith. They don't know what the hell they believe in. Don't be that person. Get the basics. That's why I teach the milk regardless. You think we on something, Deuteronomy 30 and 19 and Baruch chapter 4. Let's get that one. Because everybody he was talking to was alive. He said, choose life that thou and thy seed may live. That's what I.S.U.P.K was talking about your sons and you having sons and stuff like that. Continuing your lineage, right? Somebody got the Baruch 4 and 1?
Come with God.
Go ahead, Jaheim.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law
commandments of God. Keep going.
And the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
You see that right there, right? This is Deuteronomy 30 we just left. Remember in 28, he told you all the things that would happen to you if you did what the Lord said to do. And it was great. Your enemy's going to come at you one way and leave 7 ways. You're going to be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. All of these things, that's life. That's real life. It's more than just being alive and breathing. The Lord blessing you and protecting you and guiding you and keeping you and blessing you with wives and children and land and all of this. That's life. We don't know that here in America. Every now and then, one of us knew it. He ain't going to be in here in the truth because he could get all the desires of his heart right now. Know what I'm saying? Jeremy Hyman them talk about when, certain brothers came into the truth for a while. You had what's them dudes from Boys to Men? You know what I'm saying? Some of them cats from Wu-Tang knew the truth. Amari Stoudemire used to be an Israelite before he converted to Judaism. Run tell that. Sometimes they gotta keep their connections with the people that run the world because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. When Satan came to him and said, I give you all these kingdoms of the earth if you'll just bow down to me. Man, if you don't get behind if you don't, listen. I'm good. I don't want you to give me no kingdom. I want the Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, to give me a kingdom. I don't want you to give me no dominion in your kingdom. I want to run the Lord's kingdom. Let me tell y'all something. People talk about going to heaven. In the I.S.U.P.K, we're not just trying to go to heaven. We want to rule in heaven. I know. Y'all, what? This nigga crazy. This nigga crazy. Yeah. The 140, we're not trying to just get there. We want to be a part of the 144,000. I want Christ to put a crown on my head and give me a territory. You run Florida, Georgia. You just let me run Jacksonville or something in the kingdom. I'll be all right with that. First thing we're going to do is get rid of all the studs. That's a lot. Y'all got to go. Anyways. All right. All right, so this is Baruch 4. These are the commandments of God. That's what Moses was laying down in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19, where he says, I'm giving to you life and death. He was talking about doing the commandments, right? And the curses that come along with it. That's Deuteronomy 28:16 on down. He said blessings and curses right after that. What Baruch is bringing out is the same exact thing. These are the commandments of God. Those who keep them shall have life. Remember, the thief cometh to kill and destroy. I have come that you might have life and you might have it more abundant. That's what Christ said. Y'all understand what living is and dying is, what life and death is. It ain't talking about just being alive, living a mediocre lifestyle, going to work every day. It's talking about being a nation of kings and priests. It's talking about your woman not having to put her feet on the ground. It's talking about you being able to slay 7 bullocks just because we having a feast and the Shark and I.S.U.P.K is coming over. We about to slay a whole lamb. How much a lamb costs right now on the shop?
I'm
$500.
not sure right now, but it's gonna be like you looking at $400.
Okay, the Lord was telling you to do like 5 or 6 of them joints, like right, 5 or 6 of them joints. This is life when you ain't got to worry about it. You got so much land. He's telling you to don't even pick the corn and the stuff that's on the outside of your field. Leave it for the poor. That means you not the poor. That's life. That's real life. So with the commandments of God, if you follow them, then you get life. If you don't, then you get death. That's what you just read, Jaheem, right?
Con.
Can you read it again for me out?
Con. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Y'all see that, right? That life and death is not literally the way we think of life and death. Now, it can manifest in that way. It can. You can literally die for not keeping the Lord's laws, right? In the script, you was put to death. But even if you was alive and the judges ain't get to convict you of whatever you did and stone you to death, the Lord is going to reward you whether you do good or bad in this earth, life and death, right? It's in the power of the tongue. They say all kind of stuff. Now let's go back to 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, now you understand life and death, what that living is. You also understand that this is talking about repentance. Therefore, if so, this is 2nd Ezra 14 and 34. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. So it's saying if you will overcome or conquer what you think you know, right? And renew or reform or change your mind. That means to turn from one thing to another one. You see that, Kanat?
Done, sir.
You shall be kept alive. What is this life? The Lord blessing you with the things that you deserve for doing his will in the earth, for serving him. And after death, you shall obtain mercy. It is appointed to a man once to die, and after that, the judgment. If you're talking about reincarnation, that scripture is going to come up. Kanat, you know that, right?
Okay, sir.
It say in the Bible, y'all know it say in the Bible, it is appointed to a man once to die, and after that, the judgment. How does that fit in reincarnation then? You have to immediately tackle the fact that reincarnation has nothing to do with your body right now. Remember what we read in Ecclesiastes? What happens to that body?
It goes to the dirt, sir.
Y'all, okay. It goes back to the dirt. That's correct. And then the spirit goes back to the Most High. And then, as we read in the Psalms, the Lord uses that spirit to renew the earth. So me, as the person I am right now today, Kazak, is not going to live again as Kazak. Anybody you see come back, they don't have the same name. They don't have the same parents, right? They might not be born in the same place, but it's the same spirit is what we're talking about that's coming back. Everybody understand, right?
Done, sir.
Don't.
All right. So now, if that spirit is coming back, what happens after you die, the judgment that it was talking about. After you die, the judgment that it was talking about in the scripture that I just, and where does that judgment happen? Look at Thumma Young perked up. He's still here? Oh, he's here. All right. Where does that judgment happen? Anybody know?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
That judgment happen on earth.
That judgment, you got the precept?
Cut them up. Damn, I got to pull it up. Damn.
Salaki.
I'm already on it. Go ahead.
I'm still holding Proverbs 14 and 12 as well.
I don't know what that is. What's that? Let me get Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. This is that Thumma Yum had told us to go to earlier, but I skipped it.
There's a way that seems right into a man.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and read that.
Kind of the book of,
matter of fact, let me get that first.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12. There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter.
You see that right there, right? There's a way that seems right. It seems like I should just get out here in these streets so I can make some money to feed my daughter. Yeah, I go again. There's a way that seems right into a man. Everything that they taught you what to do to survive in the hood is not the right way. They ain't teach you nothing about how to serve the Most High. They didn't teach you nothing about how to please the Creator of heaven and earth. They taught you how to sustain yourself and survive in a place that was set up for you to fail. There's a way that seems right. This is what I'm gonna just do. I'm gonna just go get in corporate America and put a tie on and get. And you know what they told me? If I went and got a degree, right, or if you go to the military or something like that, then you'll be able to get a good living for your family, which is true. But you will be owned by someone else. Y'all know somebody owned LeBron James, right? He's owned by the Los Angeles Lakers. He is contracted to work for them. Who is owned by the National Basketball Association, who is owned by the 20-something owners that own teams and vote on what can happen to you. You judge by these people. This is the reason Kyrie Irving can put something up on his Instagram and he's suspended from games, losing thousands and thousands of dollars. His shoe deal is over. All of that. Now they got plenty of money. Way more money than me. I got free man problems, though, Magazar. I got free man problems. I don't got that kind of problems. I say what I want to say. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to be at the Passover, Lord allow, that's coming up in April. I'll be there. What if I lose my job?
Fuck it. It's a lot.
Hey, what that dude said on the it's an old I.S.U.P. thing. He said, what are you doing? But I'm just sitting here waiting on the Lord. He said, so you don't mind if I take this car and this watch you got on? He said, nah, Jesus will give me another one. What if I lose that job? It's all right, good. Most High give me another one, right? When it's talking about there's a way that seems right into a man, we have been trained a certain way. It ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. There's a time where we ought to be teachers, but we have need that one teach us again. Because that way that you're going to follow, if you're not in the truth, is going to lead you to death. Now, what death is it talking about? It can be talking about literal death, but remember what we just said life and death was. Life is the blessings and following what the Lord said to do and getting rewarded. And death is in the curses that come along with not doing what the Most High said do. And these things can happen spiritually. Thou has kindled anger to the lowest hell, and it shall burn. What did it say? Fear not him that can kill the body, but him that can kill the body and soul in hell. All of these things are all over the Bible about this thing being bigger than just this body and this flesh you got on. It's bigger than that because your spirit don't die. Now, we was reading, it says, after death you shall obtain mercy, right? Remember I brought out, Canuck, that you're going to have to deal with, it is appointed once for a man to die, and after that, the judgment. Here is the dagger that cuts what they believe that verse is talking about. Somebody got the Ecclesiastes 3:6 and what I say?
16.
3 and 16.
3.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. That wickedness.
Wait. Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. It is appointed to a man once to die, and after that the judgment. Well, moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Where is under the sun?
Slovakia.
Go ahead.
The earth.
The earth is under the sun. So I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Now check this out. Keep reading.
That wickedness was there.
So it's a place under the sun that wickedness is. Is there wickedness on the earth? Anybody?
Sir.
There's wickedness here. What about that place that they say is heaven that you die and go to? Is there wickedness there? Y'all with me or no?
Good question.
That place that they say you die and go to, after it is appointed one man wants to die, and after that the judgment. So if you judged, is it wickedness in the place that they say is heaven if you go to heaven?
La, sir.
La. So that means this must be talking about hell, right? And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. So you're getting judged and there's wickedness there. This must be hell, right? Keep reading.
And the place of righteousness.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. This is under the sun. Judgment is happening. The place of wickedness, and it's also called the place of righteousness. How in the world both of them can be in one place? Is there righteousness in hell? We just said this was hell because there's wickedness there. Is there righteousness in hell too? Ain't no wickedness in the heaven they talking about you die and go to. Ain't no righteousness in the hell they talking about you die and go to. Keep reading.
That iniquity was there.
Wait a minute. This is the place you before the white pearly gates and the throne of God, and it's saying iniquity there. What is iniquity? That's the transgression of God's laws. This is the place of judgment, and there is a transgression of God's laws in the place of judgment. There is wickedness there, and there's also righteousness there. Now, it's appointed to a man once to die, and after that, the judgment. Where is this judgment taking place? Where there can be wickedness there, righteousness there, and iniquity. Canuck.
Earth.
On earth. judgment is happening on earth. So after you die, you are judged. How are you judged? He sends back that spirit back on the earth for judgment. Everybody understand, right?
Okay.
All right, let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. Who was reading that?
Jay.
I
Who
got
was
it.
reading 2nd Ezra 14?
I was reading it.
All right, verse 34.
Con, just the book of
Now
Second Ezra,
it all makes sense. Kanat, go ahead.
chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your
Right.
hearts, ye shall be kept alive.
What did we say that was 15 times? Right. We said 15 times that it was talking about subduing your own understanding. That means changing, because there's a way that seems right into a man, but in it is the ways of death. You got to change that. You got to come back and follow the law, statutes, and commandments, which are life, right? If you will subdue your own understanding and change your mind, right? Turn away from thy wicked ways, so on and so forth. Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Change your mind. Then you shall be kept alive. And that's real life. The thief coming to kill, steal, and destroy, but I've come that you might have life and might have it more abundantly. And even after you die, you shall obtain mercy. There's a point to a man wants to die. After that, the judgment. That judgment takes place on the earth. What does verse 35 says?
For after death shall the judgment come.
Wait a minute. That's what we're talking about, right? It's appointed to man wants to die. Where's that judgment? On the earth. For after death shall the judgment come. Keep going.
When we shall live again.
And we shall do what?
Live again.
It's in the Bible. When we shall live again. Cannot. They can't argue with this. It's in the Bible. We didn't make this up. When we shall live again, keep going.
And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
That's what it's talking about in Daniel. I think it's Daniel where it says, "Then shall some live to ever wake up to everlasting." I'm gonna paraphrase it. I don't remember. Everlasting glory, and some to everlasting contempt, or something like that. It says it again in Revelations, right? Your judgment on the earth will be you either rulership or you being a servant again. And Israel done had to go through this plenty of times because we are what the Lord calls a stiff-necked people that refuse to do right. Now my kids got to come up in a land where they telling you it's normal to be LGBTQ, so on and so forth. It's normal to be a killer and a murderer. It's normal to be a hoe. It's normal to be all of these things. The reason why we have to come up is because we are not in the control. We are not in the driver's seat. Right? Now that we understand, you got that on that breakdown. If you're not, you can revert back to this on reincarnation. You good on that?
Sir, the water, sir.
And what I would always do is when we talk about it, I would use the word regeneration for the simple fact that you can find that word in the Bible, and people think when you talk about reincarnation that you can come back as a dog or a cow or a fish or a chair or a woman or a white woman or something like that, as opposed to what the Bible said, Lord just sending that spirit back into the earth, and you going through this thing all over as a different person. Make sure they understand that it's not the same person, but it's the same spirit. All right.
Sir.
Now you understand what we fighting for. We fighting for crowns, If I don't get one, I want my great grandson to get one. You feel what I'm saying? What Itazar was talking about earlier. You gonna have you some kids, know what I'm saying? Some grandkids. I don't want them to have to grow up in the ghetto and be exposed to crackheads and Molly and all types of foolishness that we gotta go through in America. I want there to be a righteous king that will not have that will chop your damn head off for going against the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. I want there to be people that's over the earth, righteous men, 144,000 of them scattered throughout the earth, making sure that if anybody moves wrong, that they are judged right then, right? I want the other nations to look at us like this. Let's go to it. I know, like he always go to the same scriptures. Why not? Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Let's go to is it 4 and 6? Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Mario, you there? Young man Mario.
Kanawakan, sir, I'm here.
All right, can you read Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5? You got it?
Almost, sir. You said verse 5?
Yep. Chapter 4, verse 5. Shalom, Mashamar.
Kanawakan, sir, I got it.
All right, go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Keep going.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Keep going.
For what nation is there so great? Who hath God so nigh unto them? As the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for.
Keep going.
And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons, specifically the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb, when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children.
Stop right there. All right. So this is what he's saying. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and do them. Right. This is your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in the sight of the other nations. Right. And when he's talking about your sons and your sons' sons there, which is what Itazar was bringing about, this is everlasting life. This is life continuing from one generation to the next. All right. So with that, and the reason why that's important, because you're coming back through your own seed. With that, pass the class over to priest and officer. Who we got there? The shot. Magazar, good work on Sundays, man. Just take over the class. They ain't paying attention.
Con, sir. And Tuesdays.
Hey, I want somebody to do the what's it called? I gotta get out of here. Somebody got to do the announcements, though.
I got it. Oh, he doing it right now. Salaki. You on mute, sir. You on mute.
He's still on mute, sir.
Salakia. We're going to send up a courtesy salute to the teacher in the class. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shem. Yajamatah. Men of Israel, we're going to set up a courtesy salute to the sisters that are in the class. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Yahawashi.
Yajamatah. We're going to read the class announcements. Okay. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to speak, they're to seek counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 8, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. I.S.U.P.K means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication, HaKanukah, 25th day of the 9th month by the span of 8 days. Thursday, the 7th, December the 7th, 2023 for 8 days. You can find that in 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, Salakia, they have to start wearing all black boots, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, class dismissed.
All right, shalom, Lord of Christ, sir.
Hey, shalom, Lord of Christ.